Hello and welcome to Stumpy's Adventures. This week I'm going to show you how I stretch the frame 6 inches on my Sears garden tractor turned mud mower. I call her Stump Hauler. If you want to see how a one-legged man was able to pull this off working all by himself, then don't hop away. I'll show you how I did it.
Okay, the first order of business here is to get rid of the seat, the rear fender section that I call the tub, in order to gain access to remove the fuel tank and then go ahead and remove the transaxle. This will expose the entire rear frame to what I'm getting ready to do next. I've got a fuel shutoff on the bottom of the tank here that I'm able to utilize to avoid spilling fuel everywhere. Here I'm taking some quick measurements just to compare, mainly for my reference. It's important to note that I've edited this video heavily, and I've also sped it up anywhere from 135% of the original speed to 1000% of the original speed. Even the talking sections have been sped up a little bit. This is to keep the video reasonable length, try to keep it under like 20 minutes or so, which I did accomplish.
Okay, this is kind of like a chain link on a bicycle or on a motorcycle. You've got a piece here, and when I get it apart, you'll be able to see a lot better. You've got another piece here, and then this piece here, and it's going to be rusty. There we go. I don't know if you saw how that worked, but this one's actually broken. That's okay, because I've got another one that I took off the parts tractor. But there's supposed to be a whole nother piece right here, a whole nother leg. You see how it's slotted? You're going to pull. I always point with my middle finger. That's kind of rude. But you see how that popped off? Now, if this is real, it's not wanting to come off. Get a bigger screwdriver. If that doesn't work, I'll go to Harbor Freight and get a damn cut torch. Been wanting to get one of those anyway. Get the f off there. There. Done. Got the high-low shift linkage. And you definitely want to disconnect that. 2 bolts here on the cross member. Just pull the hitch plate. So you got like 3 or 4 bolts on each side. Okay. Hitch plate comes right out. Alright, so off camera, get my little square here. And now I got exactly where I wanted to make the cut. Brought it over here. Used my screwdriver and just scratched it. And it came up from the bottom, did the same thing. Continue the line. A nice straight line down this way. And then again using the triangle of the square here. I have a mark on the top there. So I'm ready to cut. So let's make some sparks. Gloves, some eye protection. Start off, clamp it right there. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. Turn the power back on. Turn it off. Change the blade, safety first. This out of the way. All right, happy with that. That's a good straight line right on top. We're lined up with our vertical line. Now we can come in here. Probably use this guy. Oh, phantom pain, go away. I'm busy working. Got time for your shit. Ooh, that was close to hitting my foot. My real one. Care if it hits the prosthetic one. I think that'll do it.
Let me try my best to explain what I'm doing here. You'll notice how far forward I'm cutting on this donor frame. I got really close to where it steps down to the front section of the frame. And when I cut the existing frame here in a minute, you'll see that I cut it roughly 6.5 inches further back from this spot right here.
Alright, here's where we're at. I got the new frame section prepped. It's cut to length. I grinded the inside smooth. The reason I did that is I was thinking about going a different way, but I'm going to go ahead and do it the way I originally planned. But this works out because it allows me to butt it up here against this little cross member I put in here. And that way I can mark the line using that frame rail. And as long as I keep my hand steady on the grinder on the cutoff wheel, I should be able to get a good cut line, and that way they'll match. Like so. then up here, as long as I cut right up against this piece, I should be good. All right, I'm gonna zippy wheel this off. All right, well, I thought I was filming that whole time, and stupid camera. At some point it shut off. Anyway, bought me a brand new Sawzall, but I'm not very good with it yet. I've tried cutting a straight line, it's not happening, so I'm going back to my zippy wheel.
Here I want you to notice how far back on the existing frame I'm cutting. If you see the step down, it begins right where that silver panel is, and I'm about 6 inches further back.
All right, frame rail gone.
I'll be back.
I moved some stuff out of this overhead storage that my dad put up there probably a decade or more ago, probably 15 years ago. When I moved those outside, I must have disturbed a dead rat or something. It smells like a deep comp in here. Ugh.
The audio in my videos will soon be improving. I just ordered a wireless lav mic, and it should show up later today. So hopefully that will reduce some of the wind noise, which in the case inside my shop here is noise off the fans and whatnot. So hopefully that'll make an improvement in the audio.
Oh, I think I found it. It's right here. Oh, how did I miss that? Where is it? I can't find it with the camera. There it is. Look at that. The damn dead baby mouse or rat or something. Holy hell. Yeah, let me get that cleaned up. Woo! Okay, so I'm doing work off camera because it's hot. I got this fan going, and now I got the welder humming. Got the frame rail set in place. Got the one cross member in, got the hitch plate on. Moved this cross member back one hole, clamped it. Did me a couple tack welds just on this side. I'm going to take this other side back off. I need to do some more grinding. See that gap right there? I need to grind some more right there. Working alone can be difficult sometimes. As you can tell by the number of clamps I got going on over there. I got the winch involved. I've got the cross member and the winch plate bolted back up. Let's go around to this other side. Got a piece of flat stock clamped to the top rail. Another piece clamped over here. I've been using my machinist straight edge that I used to use for checking blocks and cylinder heads. There's only like one spot. This thing is so long. This straight edge is so long. You only get in here like one spot. That rail is perfectly straight. No rocking on top. Nice and flat up here. All around this other side. I know you can't see me over there, but in the center, there's a little bit of a gap. But on both ends of the straight edge, we're flat. So I'm just going with, it's only a mud mower. It's only an off-road mower. We're going to call that good. We're going to send it. All right, if you want to stick around and watch, that's fine. Just, you know, protect your eyes. All that good. Well, it's over here by you. Why didn't you give me a heads up? And yes, I'm welding with flux core wire. Got 3 good tacks on there. Give her a good eyeball. Yeah. I'm going to say close enough for government work. Close enough for an off-road mower anyway. Alright, I got some welds on both sides. I'll go ahead and get in a little close so y'all can roast my welds. Put down your critique in the comments. Tell me how bad I am. I'm going to finish welding as much as I can, and I'm going to grind that down, and then I'm going to run a couple pieces of flat iron across, bolt and weld that in, weld the inside. Yeah. So my welds may not be pretty, but I just want them to hold. Got the welder turned up to the highest voltage. It is just a 110 welder. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I am not a professional welder. I'm still learning. Alright, got more stuff done off camera. As you can see, I got the transmission back in there. Took the hood off, battery out, blah blah blah, yada yada yada.
Yada, yada, yada. I'm still single.
Got this reinforcement plate all bolted up. Got it raised up in the air so we can easily get into the inside and weld up the inside of the frame rails, and we're going to build some more support plates, and then probably be about time to spray some paint.
I did not like how pointed the end was, and I wanted to make it more rounded. The reason for this, I was taught by a friend of mine who's a fabricator, is that on a support plate like this, if it comes to a sharp point, it could potentially lead to metal fatigue, and it could possibly crack the frame in the future. So I'm just trying to follow his advice here and make it as rounded as possible. Not sure how much it matters on an application like this, being it's just a mud mower, but you know, it's always good to follow good practices.
I got both braces drilled out for plug welds. I like to use these unibits to deburr and countersink holes that I drill. Raise the table with the drill pressed up. Do it. And I'll get told the lid doesn't work. And you can see how it countersinks and deburrs that hole. It really matters on the back side because there's big burrs on the back side when you drill in the metal. One piece done. Get all this cooking spray off there. There's probably better things to be using for lubricant for the drill, but this canola oil cooking spray works pretty good for me. What I've heard works really good, never really tried it, is bacon grease. Leftover bacon grease. Yeah, makes me hungry just thinking about it. On to the next one. All right, 2 support braces, ready to go.
Here I'm using my propane torch to preheat the metal before I weld on it. Trying this technique out, I've never really done this before, but to be honest, it does make sense. You know, get that temperature up at least closer to where it's going to be once you start welding on the metal. Through the magic of editing, I have condensed the amount of time of this welding session down to just a few minutes of film. But in reality, this was closer to 20 or 30 minutes of actual time spent. Part of that was my welder only has a 20% duty cycle, so I have to stop frequently and allow it to cool.
Alright, after some more welding and grinding and welding, she may not be beautiful. I guarantee you there's some good penetration there. key spots, especially with these rosette welds. I've got 6 rosette welds. I'm pretty confident that's not going anywhere. Plus, I've got another plate on the inside, and, you know, plus I welded the 2 halves of the frame together real good. And then plus, I welded this little square piece. Oh, it's like a 1/2-inch square tubing, real small square tubing. I did that because I cut away the lip at the bottom of the frame rail when I thought I was going to stack the frame rails, and then I decided to go ahead and do it this way, so I wanted to weld back some support in there, so that kind of helps tie the 2 frame pieces together. It ain't going nowhere. I'll be extremely surprised if I crack the frame or do anything weird like that, but time will tell. Not running the fuel tank in the back because it's leaking anyway, so that inspired me to go ahead and do this. I thought, well, if there's not a fuel tank there, I can lower the seat. I've already tried sitting in it. It's pretty comfortable. It's a little low, but I can still reach the wheel comfortably, so I'm happy with that. Rear end got wider. I ordered some 1-inch wheel spacers. What I got was 2-inch, so that might be alright. That keeps the tires a little further away from this seat. Not sure this is the seat I'm going with, but we'll see. Oh, and this is just the trial to see how it's going to work before I cut up the real tub. But as you can see, the seat is down in there. Puts the seat cushion, oh, just about 1 inch or so below fender level, which is kind of cool. I like it. I think I had this running and driving, and then I decided, oh, let's mess with it. It's not good enough. And it's going to be badass when it's done.
That was a brief overview of how I stretch the frame 6 inches on my mud mower. I call this project Stump Hauler, which is an early to mid-90s Sears garden tractor. This took me at least 20 hours to get to this point. For the most part, this frame mod is complete. There's just a few minor details left to button up. There will be other mods I will need to complete before I wrap up this frame stretch completely. Please stay tuned for future videos, including a Predator 670 V-twin swap. That video is already in the works and will be coming out soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and smash that bell to get notified of future videos. Click one of the links above to check out another one of my videos. And as always, toodles!